Hi, hello, welcome. I'm Uma.
And I'm Mel.
And this is Ktalk, where we review, rant, and rave about all the K-dramas we're currently watching and sometimes throw in a few oldies just because.
For our first episode, we're covering the highly anticipated Love Next Door. It stars Jung Hae-in and Sung Soo-min.
For those who are not familiar with Love Next Door, it's about a woman attempting to reboot her life, returns to Korea, and becomes entangled with her childhood friend with whom she shares a very complicated history. So for today's episode, we'll be covering, for today's show, we'll be covering episodes 1 to 8.
Let's talk.
Okay, can I just tell you, I am loving Jung Hae-in. Like, this is the first time I've seen him in such a fun rom-com where it's just light, he's having fun. Hopefully the story doesn't get a little bit too heavy and it kind of keeps the same vibe. But from the get-go, the first episode, they were just such a chaotic couple. I am loving this matchup.
Yeah, she's extremely aggressive. I'm here for that.
Just like her mama.
unnecessarily aggressive. But I love that about their relationship, actually.
And he's just as messy back and just as aggressive back. Like in the very first episode, like one of my favorite scenes was towards the end where she's trying to get away from her mom because she's been like running away from her like the entire episode. But right at the end, he's like, no, you got to man up. You got to deal with your mom. And as she's talking and her mom brings out her handy little stick to give her a beat down and she tries to run out, and the way he shoves her back into the room and like books it out of there, I was like, oh, this show is gonna be super fun.
You know how I knew it was gonna be hilarious? Literally the first episode when the mothers are going for the hike and one of them farts, I was like, this is gonna be hilarious. I'm like, they're ridiculous.
She was like, I'm just crop dusting. She's like, lately I'm just walking around farting, like I don't even care anymore.
That was hilarious.
No, that was adorable. And I like that they opened up and we automatically got to see the supporting cast and they didn't focus on the main characters right away. So you were like, oh, how do these women like fit into this situation? And then you see that his mom and her mom usually kind of have like a brag off where it's like, well, my son's doing this and my daughter's doing this. So I was like, oh, are they frenemies or are they just kind of like, is this the thing that they do where they joke around, right? Yeah. But
can I just say how much I love the entire cast? Like from the mothers to them to Moam and Donho.
The bestie, right?
Yeah,
and
I love the bestie.
The brother.
I love the co-workers. Like I just love the entire cast.
They're so adorable. I love her brother. I feel like he's going to provide a lot of giggles. And so far he has, right? We're up to like episode 8. Well, it kind of got serious, but we'll get to that. But yeah, initially I was like, this is a really good cast. And I love when a show is not just focusing on the leads and everybody's story is just as interesting.
Yes, I love a good supporting cast. I feel like it could make or break the drama, to be honest.
No, for real, that is so true. Let's see. So 1 to 4 overall thoughts for me, episodes 1 to 4, it was kind of like, I get it. There was like a lot of story building. I love seeing that their careers, kind of what they do, and just kind of figure out like their dynamic. Off top, I was like, oh, he totally like fell for her first. But now that we've watched the last 4 episodes, like episodes 5 to 8, I'm like, oh, like it could have been like a mutual attraction that they both were kind of like hiding from.
Yeah, although I found it to be slower the first 4 episodes, I was still entertained. Usually when K-dramas are slow in the beginning, I'm kind of like zoning out a lot. You know, I'm just waiting for it to pick up. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, although it was slow.
It is cute.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when it got juicy, when I think it was like episode 4 or 5, when his ex made a reappearance. I'm like, that's when I was like, oh, yes, let's get to the good stuff now. And one of my favorite things in K-dramas is the way the exes are unhinged and they come back into the leads' lives as if like they didn't do something to hurt them, because what was his name again? Sung-yeol. His ex comes back, shows up at his workplace, awkward all around. Within 2 minutes that she's there, we find that she kind of left him for another man, but now she wants to work with him. I feel like she still has feelings for him, and he's fully telling her like, this is awkward, you make me uncomfortable. But she doesn't really care. She just kind of barrels her way through the meeting and then casually messages him at the end of the night like, great seeing you, you still make my coochie throb. Like, yeah, just like out of nowhere. And I'm like, how?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, she did you dirty. Like it's not like they like mutually got an agreement saying, you know what, we're just gonna go our separate ways and whatever. It's like she cheated on you. Like I just
the nerve of it all. It's
and
like,
then
oh,
for her to say,
care.
I want to work with you. What do you mean you want to work with me?
Exactly. It's like, I'm back. You know, you're still hot as ever. Like,
Yeah.
why not? And then she appears like she's over it, and she's kind of like being like the selfless person about the whole situation. Like, yeah, you're my ex, and you know, you never really had deep feelings for me like that. I've always known that you kind of like, you know, you're into your bestie, but I'm not bitter about it. But then she always leaves these little shady like comments about it, and I still can't figure out like if she's going to turn out to be like purely evil, because right now she's kind of playing it like, oh, I want what's best for you. Like, I want you to realize how much you like her.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, now that we're 8 episodes in, I kind of don't understand what was the reason for her coming back. Because at first, initially, I thought that, to be honest, I thought he was going to get back with her just so he can forget about Soru,
right?
Yeah. But now we see that it's not going that route. So
he's like fully annoyed by her. Like, she'll make comments.
So
like,
what is the purpose of her being
like,
there?
Things are going too fast and work is, you know, going too smooth because we don't get to put like late night, like we don't get to put up like all nighters and things like that. And I was like, like he doesn't want to do that. Like, he just wants to do his job and get the fuck out of there. Like,
yeah. So aren't you confused now what role she's gonna play?
Yeah, like I don't know if she's truly rooting for him to get with his bestie, or if she just wants to push him, knowing that it's gonna fail, and then she wants to be like, "Let me comfort you and pick things back up." Like, she's hot and cold and all over. No,
obviously you can tell it makes her uncomfortable. That she can clearly see he has feelings for her. It's obvious.
She knows.
So yeah, she knows, and I don't think she wants him to get back together, but she's trying to. She's
pretending, right?
Yeah, she's pretending to be that.
She's just making it awkward all around.
Yeah.
Super awkward.
I mean, how long is he going to work with her? This whole project thing as well.
Looks like it's going smooth, like she said, and it's probably about to end really fast. Like, did she really have to collaborate with him? I'm sure she could have found another architect.
But I feel like she's going to find another reason to still be in his life and around him. So
yeah,
I'm interested to see where that goes. So
yeah, I hope he kicks her to the curb. She's going to end up miserable. And then we have her ex coming back.
Yeah.
Something about his face.
I can't stand it.
Annoys me. He looks like a little fart.
I hate his face. Is
it because we don't like him?
But I think that's the whole point.
Them to be together that we're being biased. But
no, he ain't cute.
He's missing something.
Yeah, he's not cute.
I don't even like his character. And okay, this is the part that confuses me. So far, they haven't addressed the fact that they're making it sound like they just kind of broke up. But in one of her flashbacks in one of the earlier episodes, didn't he cheat on her? She saw him at some party, and he was kissing someone. But nobody is talking about that now. Like, they're making it look like it was just a breakup because, you know, things couldn't work out between them. Is she still hiding that? Like, did she even let him know that she caught him?
Yeah, I think it might be that.
Because he's not moving like somebody who was broken up with because he cheated. So I think she just kind of like broke up with him and said, you're not there for me, whatever the reason is. But
can we also speak about that? I feel like she's way too passive when it comes to him.
Right?
It's like there's literally no boundaries. He just shows up. The scene that really annoyed me was when he kind of was like, oh, let's go to dinner for one last time. And then they're going home. And he's like, oh, I thought that was the last time we were going to eat this. I was thinking next time it could be the last time we eat kimchi.
He's making a little jokey joke out of it.
I was like,
he's trying really hard. I get that, but that annoys me. If I
but
tell
there was
somebody,
like no boundaries
there,
there. And I didn't like that. I felt like, snap. Yeah. Please. Like, where's her aggressiveness? Like, I'm like.
The way she's naturally is aggressive. I mean, she had, what is his name again? Oh, our male lead, because now I can't remember his name.
It's Sung-yo.
Yes. You know what? It's the I'm overthinking it because I'm like, I'm about to butcher this name, so I can't even retain the name
it's
itself.
Fine, girl. I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Sung-yo, like, remember when he like pushed her back, and then the next scene, or was it like the next episode? I can't remember. She had him in a chokehold. Yeah. Like, she's a physical, aggressive human being.
Yeah.
Why is she being so polite with the ex?
Yeah. I
feel like she's okay. Like, emotionally, I think she's also over him, because you know when you're over an ex, they don't move you.
Yeah.
They don't move you to be like angry.
Yes, but I'll still be
I think
annoyed.
she's so indifferent.
Yeah.
But what I get what you're saying. Like, what would bother me is, yes, I'm being indifferent to you. You can't get a rise out of me. But if I tell you don't come around, don't come around.
Exactly.
Like, I'll snap because you're not listening to me.
Exactly. And that's why I got mad about
He's very annoying.
that car scene, because she was clearly saying, this is our last meal and that is it. And he was pushing her. And I was like, girl, tell him to fuck off. Like, you know what I mean?
Very, very annoying. Let's talk about the bestie for a second. How amazing is she?
Oh my God, I love her and Don Ho.
Mom
like,
is the best.
Like, I don't think I ever loved the second leads a couple
So
as
quickly,
much as I
right?
do with them. Can we just say how fine Don Ho is? I don't know if it's the glasses, but he is so
Our little
damn
reporter,
cute.
he's hot.
Like, he's
a
so
little
hot.
buddy.
He is so hot, and I just love how their relationship is growing. I love her relationship with his daughter. It was just
I
the
love her
cutest
obsession
thing.
with the daughter.
Yeah.
So remember before we found out that she was actually the daughter, it was a random kid that she met.
Yeah.
And then she was telling her bestie about it. And the bestie's like, you want to be friends with a child?
6-year-old,
And
yeah.
she's like, she was looking for crop circles. She had me at like UFOs. I just love that she automatically had this connection with this little girl. And I called it. I just didn't want to tell you, but I was like, how much you want to bet that's going to be like the reporter's child, right?
That did not even come to mind for me.
Really? You didn't think that? Because I'm like,
No.
why is this random girl here? Way too much screen time. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's someone's kid. And it just made sense that it would have to be the reporter because he's the only new person in the neighborhood.
Yeah. No, but my favorite scene with them was the moment when Don Ho and his daughter literally fell in love with Mo, and when she was saving that man's life,
Right.
I
And
was
she was
like,
like, "You're
that
so
is the
cool."
sweetest thing ever.
I was like, that girl just in that moment decided,
Yeah.
I'm going to be a paramedic. I'm going to
Literally.
save lives. I want to be a badass just like her. And then when she's putting like the ointment on her
Yeah,
face,
and the
I was just like,
bandage.
can you
Oh,
get married already and just
literally.
become your cute little family?
I
Because it was
know.
so adorable.
It was so wholesome. Loved it.
She's amazing. And I like the fact that she knew that Sung-yeol liked, because remember, she was so fast, she didn't even wait.
Yeah.
She didn't even wait the 10 years to open the time capsule. So
Yeah.
she's kind of known that about his feelings for her bestie for such a long time. But she kept it to herself. And
She
it
did.
was kind of just, poking at him here and there with little, little remarks like, who do you like? And all those little things. But I'm glad she never pushed him. And then it got a little bit more serious closer to like, I think episode 7 or 8, where she was like, I can't do this for you. Like, you have to get yourself out of this situation.
Yeah.
Which I think is the push that he needed, because finally we got the confession. Like, we finally got the confession.
Yeah.
I was like,
About time. And I
was about
actually
to
thought
lose it.
something
I'm
was
like,
going
we're
to stop
halfway
him.
through here,
As he
people.
was running to the restaurant, I actually thought like he was going to get hit by a car or something. Something was going to stop him.
Kdrama
Yeah,
traumatized
literally.
me.
I'm like, something is about to happen.
No. And you see, okay, I didn't think he was going to get hit by a car, because I understand what you mean. But when he gave the confession, though, and it kind of ended, I was like, ugh. How much do you want to bet there's a gang of people behind him? He just rushed into the restaurant. So I'm like, did he embarrass himself? Are her parents there? Are the
Yeah.
besties there? Like, I just couldn't accept it that it was going to be a cute confession, and there was no traumatizing aspect to that scene at all. But they proved us wrong. It was exactly that. It was just super adorable.
Yeah.
I like that he gave her a little timer now on her response. Like, ma'am, this is not... you don't
That
have
was
an
really
infinite amount of
cute.
time.
Yeah.
Get to it. And now he's giving her like, the countdown. So I was like, pressure much?
Yeah. Speaking of supporting cast, actually there is one person that I hate. Her mother.
Oh,
She literally works my last nerve. She is so annoying. This whole thing of trying to live vicariously through her daughter is just sickening. Like, you know what I mean?
with her, I'm flipping back and forth. One minute I hate her, the next minute I understand. But there's only so many times that you could be forgiven for being a selfish human being and caring about what people think over the happiness of your child and like what she wants to do. That scene was so emotional where she's like, am I the only person that's not allowed to make a mistake here? Like,
Yeah. And
Can you
literally
give me a break?
also how she treats her husband is so
I know that
so
that
disrespectful.
fight was so
Yeah.
gut wrenching. Like it was like, I'm nothing. And just even like episode 8, she said something wild like, I don't want my daughter to cook or live like a shabby,
Live the
poor
shabby
life
life
like
like
I
me.
have.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And the man was right
Ouch.
there. It was like, read the room, ma'am. Read the room.
she's basically saying my life sucks.
Yeah.
So bad. There's not like
next to the
and her
man
life
that
is
she's been
actually
sharing
kinda
this
full.
life with.
Her husband loves her.
Yeah.
Her kids are grown and healthy for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, that was sad what we found out at the end
Yeah.
of
But yeah, it's the fact that
Episode
she's
8.
just so mean, you know, and doesn't take
She doesn't
anybody's
know, though. She
feelings
doesn't
into
know.
consideration. And it's just, yeah. But I'm glad that she finally stood up for herself and told her what it is. You know, I feel like she's been holding that in for a very long time.
That is true. The dads are cute. I like their little relationship. Every time they have family issues, they find each other. Yeah. I think that's adorable.
My thing that I'm confused about is, so Sung-yeo's mother, like, do you think she's really, I don't think she's actually cheating. I don't know who that man is. We don't know who that man is yet, but I don't actually think she's cheating.
Really?
What do you think?
I think she did cheat. They worked through it. They stayed together because, you know, I think it was episode 8 or 7. I don't know. But when he has flowers and it's her birthday.
Yeah.
And he's on his way, rushing home from work, and he sees, and he said something like him again. So it was like, maybe she did cheat with her boss back in the day, because I feel like even their son is aware of like the tension, obviously like the tension between them, but there's a reason. And I feel like they've never gotten back to normal ever since maybe she cheated. I don't know. I think she cheated.
But also the audacity of her, that you're literally still seeing that man and you're still expecting your husband to have this amazing birthday for you is kind of, you know, narcissistic.
Yeah, like you guys are not even on good terms. Like you wake up every day and pass each other by like complete strangers, and you thought just because of your birthday, like he's gonna wake you up. And what I didn't understand was the necklace that he got for her, like Sung-yeon,
the same exact necklace.
So was it to show that like they're not like, he didn't notice that his mom already owned that necklace? Like they don't see enough of her?
Maybe, because I'm saying if she already had that necklace, how did he never see it on her? That's I found that weird.
And what's even weirder is like, how hard is it to be like, I love the gesture, but I already have this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think it kind of
get me something else.
That she's kind of invisible to her husband and her son in a way.
They're all just kind of together, but
everyone
living
just does their
very
own thing.
Separate
yeah.
lives, right?
Yeah. And it's just so interesting to see we have that couple that from the outside looks so successful. You think they have it all together and they're going through what they're going through. And then you have Soru's family.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're not as successful, but they have their own dramas going on.
They do, but that's why, like, every time the dads hang out, like, I thought it was pretty amazing how, like, when he kept saying, like, oh, your life is so, you know, your family's perfect. And he was like, my family's about to crumble. Like, it's so dry that, like, literally anything can set us off and, like, cause our family to fall apart. But, I mean, they look perfect, but they're not. Both families have their issues. I mean.
They do.
Soru's mom is a problem. I feel like she's not going to get any better.
Yeah. And I feel like she thought that, you know, Soru would be the one person that's just, you know, elevate her status in life. And now that she sees it like crumbling before her eyes, she doesn't know what to do.
But
you
as
know,
a mother,
the canceled marriage, then, you know,
how do you not want to know? How do you hear the guy say, it was my fault that the engagement was called off? Like, I wasn't good enough for your daughter, or I didn't treat her well enough, or blah, 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 whatever. He took the blame. You don't even know exactly what happened. Why do you want them to get back together? You clearly see that your daughter doesn't want that.
She was definitely overstepping with that. The whole thing that she made the decision of like
all the time.
Yeah, that's all like, I'm going to make them get back together. Like, how dare you? Like, your daughter told you it's done. Leave it alone. You know what I mean? So she really lacks boundaries, and it's really pissing me off.
100%, even though her daughter keeps reinforcing her boundaries. Remember when she first came home and she was like, oh, we broke up. She tried to call him. Yeah. And she's like, what are you doing? Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I told you it didn't work out. Like, you're going to call. Like, it's so disloyal to me. Like, she's constantly overstepping, and it's not really for her daughter's benefit.
Yes. And also her, again, disrespecting her husband, secretly meeting up with him without letting him know, him catching them. Right. It's just, yeah.
She's doing too much all around.
She is doing too much all around. And yeah. So now that we're on the 8th episode, we kind of know what's going on with her now.
That is so sad.
It was very sad to see that.
I mean, we kind of, well, up until now, everybody was trying to like figure it out and guess. It's like, why did she take that year off? Like, we knew that she worked in a toxic job. She didn't like her co-workers, but remember they hinted that she took a year off, and everybody wondered like what happened, right?
Oh, she took a year off when she was there.
Yeah, when she was abroad. So now we know she
Yeah.
was battling cancer, and I'm just shocked she hasn't told anyone. And the previews already have me like so emo
Literally.
because I was like, what is going on? But I knew right away, like when she doubled over in pain, that like, and she chose to go with her ex, it was like that nobody knows.
Yeah, that's the moment I knew too.
I know,
like-
but he completely like misunderstood in that moment, like she was
Yeah.
choosing her ex over him. But
And I kind of knew when she had that argument with her mom about her brother, when she said, is this what being sick gets you?
yeah, you did call that. You're like,
Yeah.
mm.
I'm like, okay.
I was like, well, tell her you're a sick girl so you can get some perks and
Yeah.
maybe she'll get off your back. Who knows?
Yeah.
Overall,
So overall, I love it so far, and I'm just excited to see what the rest of the series holds.
it's going to bring, right? I mean, you know what? I really did want something really, really fun and light, but now I feel like it's taking
You know, K-dramas never
dark
stay light and
turn.
fun. Like, you think it's going to
Why?
be light and fun, but I love how they just, you know.
I hope it doesn't become too dark.
So what are your predictions for the last 8 episodes?
I don't know. I want to be like her cancer is going to come back and she's going to beat it. Obviously, she's not going to end up with the ex. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
Oh, no, she's not going to get back with the ex. And, yeah, I don't think she's going to
But
die
now,
either.
like,
I
is she
don't
gonna
think
die?
I don't think she's going to die either. But I don't know.
I don't know. They
It's not
always take
giving
a
that she's
dark
going to
turn.
die, but you never know.
It wasn't, well, from episodes
Yeah.
like 1 to 7, wasn't giving stomach cancer either.
It wasn't, but that's what I love about K-dramas,
It's
because
nothing
you
is
never know
serious.
which way it can go. Like, you know.
That's the thing with Jung Hae-in, okay? It's like you think you're getting some cute romantic story and it just goes off the rails and it becomes very sad. I don't want it to fall back into that category. Honestly, I don't even know what to think at this point.
Would I be wrong if I
'Cause
said
I'm
if she,
so-
and that I would actually love it if she died?
You always love it if they die.
I don't
Why?
know. It would. I think it would go. It would really become one of my top K dramas if
You
she
know, it
died,
could
because
become
it's like such
it
a
could become your
crazy.
fave if there's a fun ending.
Yes,
to it.
I like those fun endings too, but you know,
We can just
when they
be
die,
happy.
it really sticks with you. You know what I mean?
Again, you were like upset when what's her face ended up living in what's it called? Queen of Tears. You're like, I want her to die. It's not going to make the show better.
It's just,
But you feel like it's gonna be more
realistic,
moving?
though. You know, in life, people die. It can.
And sometimes people don't.
Yeah.
They can get together. You know, she could beat the stomach cancer.
Yeah, but like I said, it's just gonna stay with me more if she was to die. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
You
I
know?
hope. Well, okay, fine. See, now we have like complete 2 different predictions. I hope she doesn't die and they live happily ever after, because
Yeah, I know.
I like
know.
cute
I
shit.
know you would want that, but every K drama can't end with as a fairy tale. Okay.
well, this one wasn't giving like it's going to be sadness. So
They all never give that. To be honest, it kind of just turns into that.
I
But
know. I'm not
yeah.
going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be disappointed. Well, you know what? I lied. I will be disappointed if she dies. Like, there's no way. There's no way. They weren't together their
it
entire
can
childhood.
happen. What do you mean?
It
No
took them
way.
this
She literally has
long
cancer.
to get
it literally
together.
can happen.
Like, I'm just saying it wouldn't be cute for the story.
I think actually that now it was stage 2. I think she's going to be at stage 4. Even if she doesn't die, it's going to be stage 4.
What?
Yeah.
No. You think it's going to...
She may not die, but I think it came back, obviously.
I feel like this is a fluke. Maybe it's going to be like, I don't know, IBS or something, because she already lost 70% of her stomach. There's not much left there. I hope this is just a way to be like, to tell us that why she took the year off was because of this. But now it could just be like stress-related cramps. I don't know.
You know what I
I
noticed?
really don't think...
I don't know
I
how
hope the
they
cancer
did it,
doesn't come
but
back.
doesn't she look sickly? I don't know how they did it, but she does.
What do you
Doesn't
mean?
She just looks very frail, very...
Like too thin?
Yeah, I don't know how, she's always looked like that from the beginning, but for some reason, these last episodes, she is
maybe-
giving more, I don't know what they did, but
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
pick up on that.
yeah, she
She
looks,
kind of looked the same to me throughout.
I was
But
looking at her at episode 8, and I was like, is it me or does she look skinnier or unwell?
maybe.
Yeah,
She looked fine to me.
yeah, but I'm excited to see, because it can literally go any way at this point.
That's what I'm saying. I hope she lives, and you're like team death.
Team death all the way. I'm
That
telling you,
sounds so
if she dies, it's going to be one of my top 10 favorites, to be honest.
What?
Because I'm not expecting it.
Oh no!
I'm not expecting it.
Oh,
so,
no.
yeah.
No, you're something else. But we'll see whose prediction comes true.
Well, that's our show. If you enjoyed our talk about Love Next Door, please rate and subscribe.
Oh, and we'd love to know your thoughts on Love Next Door so far. Follow us on TikTok at Ktalk Pod and let us know what you think.
Also, please join us every Wednesday for a new episode.
Bye.
Bye.